Math 7, Lesson 10.3, Squares and Square Roots. Multiplying a number by itself or raising it to the second power is finding the square of a number. So what that means is, like, if I had the number 3 times 3, then the square of that number would be 9. Or I could say 3 squared, which is 9. What that looks like is this. If you have a square and each side is 3, then the square of that number is going to be 9. That means there's 9 squares within the area has 9 squares in it. A perfect square perfect squares are squares of the counting numbers. So if you have the number 1, 2, 3, it's their squares. So for example, 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, 3 squared is 9. So these are the perfect squares because they are the square of the counting numbers. A square root of a number is a number that equals the original number when multiplied by itself. So a positive square root is the side length of a square. So a squared root, so back to our diagram at the top, right here, the square root is just one side. So which we know that the square root of 9 is 3. So it's just one of its sides. And so again, if we were to draw it out, and we had a shape that looked like this, then and 3 and 3, then the square root is going to be just one of its sides. So a negative square root is the opposite of a positive square root. So back to this example over here, the square root is 3, so a negative square root is going to be negative 3. So if we take a look at that, if we have 3 squared, that's going to be 9. If we have negative 3 squared, that's also 9. So that's why the opposite, a negative square root, also works. Find both square roots of 196. So if we were to take 196, we're going to have to factor it out. We're going to take a factor tree. And the factors, let's see, we can break it down. 4 and 49. 4 times 49 is 96. This breaks down to 2 times 2. Those are both prime. 7 times 7, those are both primes. So we have it down to its primes. So if we were to find the square root of 196, it's the same as the square root of 2 times 2 times 7 times 7. We can break that down to 2 times 7 times 2 times 7. And that is the same as 2 times 7 is 14 squared. So the square root of 14 squared, a principle of math is that a square root cancels out a square. So the square root of 14 squared is going to be 14. but we want to find both of the square roots, so it's positive or negative 14. So what that means is 14 squared is 196, and negative 14 squared is also 196. So both the positive and the negative of 14 make it 196. So simplify 64, square root of 64 minus the square root of 9. So the square root of 64 is 8, minus the square root of 9 is 3. 8 minus 3 is 5. That one's pretty straightforward. Let's do some more examples. Square root of 625. Well, let's break 625 down to its primes. That way we can get this figured out. 625 breaks down. I see that it ends in a 5, so I know that 5 is going to be a factor. And so it's going to be 5 times 125. Whenever I see a 25 like that, I think quarters. And I think, how many quarters are there in $1.25? Well, there are 5. 5 quarters. And then this breaks down again to 5 times 5. So what we have, now we have it all broken down into its primes. So the square root of 625 is also the same as the square root of 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. And now what I'm looking for are identicals. So I have these two are identicals and those two. So it's 5 times 5 is 25 squared. And again, a square and a square root cancel each other out. So that is going to be 25. So the square root of 625 is 25, which means if we took 25 and multiplied it by 25, we're going to get 625. Number 2, the way that I'm going to work this one is I'm going to actually break this down to square root of 441 times the square root of 11 squared. So 441, I'm going to do a factor tree on that one. So if I add these together, 4 plus 4 plus 1, that's 9. The reason I did that is I wanted to see if I could find one of the factors. If you take a number and it adds up to 9, that means it's going to have a factor of 9. It doesn't work for all numbers. It works for 6, it works for 3, and it works for 9. So 9 times 49. So factor tree, 9 times 9 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. And then 49 breaks down to 7 times 7. So back up here, we're going to change out the square root of 441 for its primes. So that's going to be 3377, but I'm going to arrange it this way. 7 times 3, 7 times 3. So I see that those are duplicates, so that is going to be the square. 7 times 3 is 21 squared. Square cancels out a square root, so that's going to be 21. Now we're back over to this one. Again, a square and a square root cancel out, so that's going to be 11. So it was 21 times 11, which is 231. Number 3, square root of 81 is 9. Minus, now let's take a look at what's going on inside the parentheses. 25 minus 21 is 4, so we have minus square root of 4 squared, and then all of that is plus 7, and that's outside of the radical, so we don't have to do anything with that yet. So we have 9 minus 4 squared, the square root of 4 squared, square and a square root cancel out, so that's going to be 4. And then we're going to put on our plus 7. We're going to do the math on that, and our answer is 12. Number 4, evaluate the expression. So let's go ahead and change out our x and y's for the numbers that they represent. Let x equal 3, y equals negative 2. So 2 times 3 squared plus 5 times 3 times negative 2 plus 16. So let's clean this up a little bit, and we have 2 times 3 squared is 9 times 2. So 9 times 2 is 18. And then that's going to be a minus 30 plus 16. And that is all going to come to a 4. So the square root of 4 we know is 2.